So we're gonna go to, as you can see here, the ur-quan now appear on our map, and as you can see, the Zokfot are actually inside the ur-quan's sphere of influence. So yeah, it kind of makes you wonder how the ur-quan ever defeated the Spathi when the ur-quan's ships are so weak compared to the Spathi, specifically against them. But first of all, we're gonna go to Zaymon, and there's no real reason to use the thing. And go talk to Miller, right? See if we can get an upgrade to our things. And I'll look at the worlds, but most likely we won't be able to mine any of them. There we go.
I had itchy pods this morning, Captain, and here you are. Now, what can we do for you today?
Itchy pods kind of sounds gross. So
What would you like to sell, Captain?
let's sell them some of our critters.
The 122 units of biological data we downloaded from your ship earn you 244 credits.
Well, there we go. We got enough to buy 2 upgrades and still have some stuff left over.
What trade items would you like to buy today?
We can buy information. If I have a lot of leftover stuff after finding other things, I will do that, but maybe in a bonus video at the end. But he has a lot of stuff to say, and it's expensive, so we're going to purchase technology.
Investment. Ah, yes. You are so right. These technological breakthroughs don't cost you credit. They earn you credit. Of course, there is an initial charge, but each technological system item is guaranteed to be useful for something important somewhere in the galaxy at some point in the future. All technologies cost 150 credits. The technology we are now offering includes plans for building blaster weapons, twice as powerful as your ion bolt guns.
That's excellent. Yeah, we'll buy it.
Please remember that these weapons consume energy from your combat batteries faster than your familiar ion bolt guns. You may wish to compensate for this by building additional dynamo modules for your flagship. The technology we are now offering includes specifications for constructing modifications to your planet landers, which will double their speed.
That's great as well. We have to buy these in order, so we just basically buy them as well.
Ah, yes, speed. An excellent choice for the relentless hunter and craven coward as well. These modifications are simple enough to be put in place immediately. Your landers should be properly equipped in no time. The technology we are now offering includes details on how to add point defense laser systems to your flagship.
Those are actually very good, because if, for instance, you're fighting the ur-quan, you can shoot down his things with it, and in fact, he will not even bother to use his fighters. I believe they don't bother to use the fighters when they're fighting against the humans, the human cruisers. So, yeah, other ships don't really have that choice, but. We will be using Fufu on the ur-quan most of the time, so I'm not really going to invest in that until we... probably at all. As I said, the main battleship is mostly used to, when I do it, as like a carrier for crew and fuel. Obviously, we need fuel to get around, and for mining and stuff. But I will be upgrading it to fight as much as possible, but most of the time, you kind of want to use it for fighting like Slylandro probes and stuff, and I'll fight a few of them once we get more upgrades, but we may or may not be using those. So.
What else would you like to buy?
Well, we can't buy anything else, but, and we got enough fuel, so.
It has been a pleasure dealing with you, Captain. We look forward to your next visit.
You and your itchy pods are gross, man. I don't believe there's anything useful here, so, but I'll check and then we'll leave and go talk to the smithy. Judging by the temperature on this planet, I don't think we're going to be able to land anywhere, so I'm just going to cut to the chase and leave. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to mine a couple planets. As I remember, there are a few good ones. But as I'm kind of going to be picking and choosing which planets I do, I'll probably just go for the gem worlds and the auric worlds and the radioactive worlds. So, yeah. But, you know, targets of opportunity as they were. Okay, Planet 5 of Gamma Vitalis, as you could probably see from where I was pointing, has some stuff on it. In his Ruby world, not very much, but, you know, it's a way to get stuff. And as you can see, we're zooming around now pretty good. This is the best defense against pretty much anything, with the exception of lightning, which is so random that it doesn't matter. It's actually kind of a liability in terms of tectonics, though, because you can kind of run into things, but it's still more useful than it's not, so, yeah. This is kind of one of those worlds where it's the risk versus reward is you kind of have to think about it. Now, purples are worth 25 each, and fuel is worth 20. So there has to be at least 3 of them to make it worth landing. As you can see, class 7 tectonics, so we got to take crew costs into account if we take damage there too. It's more likely that there is more than 3 there, but it's possible that there's less. So, as you can see, class 7 tectonics, we could take some damage, so, yeah. I'm gonna risk it, though, just for sake of the Let's Play, so, yeah. There we go. 3, look, 3, yeah. We barely made out even with that, so, whatever. But we didn't take any crew damage, though. Alright, this world has some biologicals on it. So, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna land here and show it off. Yep, this one I remember. Now these squiggly guys, and there's some tectonics, that's not a big deal, with our speed. These squiggly guys are pretty much our main objective here, and they're eating us. As you can see, aliens can be dangerous. If I was paying attention, that wouldn't have happened, but the most dangerous thing is standing still while you're shooting them, because they take a lot of hits. And with the earthquakes threatening to hit you every second. Now with our speed upgrade, it's easier and harder to dodge the tectonics, because we can see them coming get out of the way much faster and kind of skirt the edges a bit more. Obviously, the last thing we're going to fight is those bubbles, because the bubbles are, you know, harder to hit. I'm going to wait for that. There we go. I believe the bubbles are worth the least as well. There we go. And I'm not going to bother picking up those minerals. There we go. Wish there was like a spread gun upgrade for the lander. There is not. There we go. Oh! At the very last second, take some more damage. Alright, and I believe we're done with this system, so, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up here, because I think there's, like, a good planet up here to mine. I don't remember, but we don't necessarily have to do that. We can do that on our way to the Zokfots. So, if you remember, we were looking at, the Spathy here, and I believe their planet is Epsilon Gruis. Now let's try this. I think it is. we can, if we meet any Spathi, we might have to, you know, interact with them. So, yeah. I believe that's the last useful planet in the system. But, you know, we're not missing much if we don't. I don't remember there being another really high-value one here. Spathi ships are fast, so if they're in front of us, they can actually catch us, unlike most of the other ships. And as you can see, they're kind of actually closing. They're not closing now. Okay, so here we've got Spathi. There we go. Let's go talk to him. Or fight him, or whatever. See, look, he got me. Spathis. Okay, let's converse with them.
Surprise and terror! I am greeted by the smooth and hostile face of our old enemy, the Hootman. No, the Hootclan? No, I remember. The Hoonams.
Hoonams! Man.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
They don't really take offense, pretty much. We can insult him again.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Well, you are too!
There we go.
Two aspects of your last statement defy the course of nature as I know it. First, peace, as you call it, is an illusion. If you have peace, you simply haven't yet seen the thing that's trying to kill you. Second, peaceful missions through the cosmos rarely require weapons large enough to punch holes through a small moon.
He does have a point there. Let's ask him about his species.
We can best be described as metamollusks, possessing the best qualities of both the clam and the dravat, which is not native to your world. We are intelligent and clever, though you would never call us cunning. Each day when we awaken, we call forth the traditional Spathi prayer. Oh God, please don't let me die today. Tomorrow would be so much better.
Have I mentioned that they're cowards?
I want to live forever with no pain whatsoever, owning vast personal property plus a company of nubiles. If this is in your power to give, I beg of you to do so.
You know, I can give that. Let's see if we can ally with him.
In case you have not forgotten, we are bonded to the ur-quan as slaves. The punishment for the plan you propose can be described as death.
I guess their ships aren't really good for fighting the other ur-quan thralls, but they can pretty much tear the crap out of an ur-quan ship. So I don't know why they're so yeah. If you're such a coward, why do you fight?
This is a sad tale, so do not even try to contain your tears. After the ur-quan demolished the Ilrak, they turned the force of their armada against us Spathi. The term rapidly subjugated would best describe what happened next. When the ur-quan arrived at Spathiwa, there was a great ceremony. Part of that ceremony involved blasting portions of our planet's surface into radioactive dust, and this part we did not enjoy. But the worst was yet to come. Our leaders were called into the command chamber of ur-quan Lord One's dreadnought, where they were read a long and complicated document explaining the choices given new slaves. When our leaders heard the term forever encased and impenetrable shield, they grew overexcited, I'm afraid, and made a fatal error. The decision was to be transmitted to the ur-quan via one of two rods, one colored black, the other white. Our leader handed the white rod to one of the ur-quan's servants, signifying fallow slavery. But the servant somehow exchanged rods and handed the ur-quan lord a black rod, indicating our desire to become fighting slaves. By the time we learned of the switch, it was too late. The ur-quan would not permit a change in status. Following that most tragic day, we were forced to assume the role of an ur-quan star thug. We tried to avoid combat, but the ur-quan gave us 3 warnings, each more strident than the last. When we learned that there would be no fourth warning, simply annihilation, we attended to our new role with improved vigor. Oh, and perhaps you have already guessed, the ur-quan's servant who made the switch was an Umga.
Well, we don't know anything about the Umga right now, but Commander Hayes talked about them a little bit, so yeah, best circumstance. Yeah, a little bit of this.
Sure, consider it done. Allies to the bitter end. Nah.
Oh crap! Let's see if he'll let us go.
Look, can we keep this as a secret between the two of us? It's really rather embarrassing.
So he just lets us go. Alright, so let's go to the planet. Now, if they're here, they should just... Oh, okay, I guess they're not here. Let's see what's here. Some radioactives. And a whole buttload of dudes. Oh, okay. Well, let's actually go to the moon here and see if we can find him. There we go. Hiding on the moon.
What is the secret cipher?
Yeah, what do we get?
You get to live a bit longer.
Oh, okay.
We are the Faith Ones, the Spotty High Council. You have given us the correct cipher, and so you will not be destroyed immediately. Now, if you please, tell us how you acquired our most secret Spotty cipher, which every Spotty swears never, never to reveal, even when threatened with considerable pain.
Well, got it from Fwifo. I think you can get it from anybody else, from any other Spathy flying around. I don't remember. I always talk to Fwifo.
And just where is this Spotty friend now? Never mind. The answer is all too obvious in your tiny, dry eyes.
No, he's right here. See?
If you held a weapon to Whipple's head, he would say anything you wanted him to say. In fact, if you held a vegetable to his head, he would probably say anything you wanted him to say.
Well, that's not. Well, that's true. That's not cool to talk about my ur-quan destroying friend like that. Yeah.
No doubt.
Oh, ask for information. Spathy are cool, right?
No.
Oh. How about some stuff?
No.
Oh, crap. Well, let's get some friends.
We are too afraid of the ur-quan to consider such an alliance. They would most certainly punish us with extreme tortures.
Extreme tortures, huh? We're stronger.
Hello, hello! Awaken from your dreamy state, you them! Now is the time for realism, not wild fancy. Yes, your vessel is unique. And here is the crux of the problem. A unique, meaning singular, starship is not equal to the task of destroying the entire ur-quan armada. If you had, say, 10,000 similar starships, we could take your boasts more seriously.
That's a good point.
Well, that would probably work, but I have a better idea. A test. One of those questy kind of things.
Ooh, a questy thing. Okay, what about it?
You must wipe the evil ones from the face of Spatiwa.
That must be those thingies we saw on the planet's surface. Why don't you do it?
2 reasons. Firstly, we have an unreasoning fear that the evil ones will devour us all painfully. Secondly, in the rare cases where we have overcome our fear and ventured to Spatiwa's surface, the Spati who landed were all devoured painfully.
That sounds dangerous. What about the evil ones?
Let us explain the sad history of our species. Once upon a time, many thousands of years ago, we inhabited the warm, safe surface of our home planet, Spatiwa. We were happy and content. During those golden centuries, we evolved from a primitive nomadic culture into a complex agrarian society. We learned to write on clay tablets, and we were well on to being able to read those tablets when the darkness fell upon us, when the evil ones came. Creatures from the darkest pits of hell they were. They hunted our people, devoured them like tasty nodules, and we had no defense against them. Suddenly, our culture became once more nomadic. We fled across the oceans from continent to continent, but the evil ones always followed. Spurred by our great need, we advanced from bronze to atomic technology in less than one of your centuries, but none of our innovations was a match for the evil ones' natural cunning and ferocity. Finally, with no other option available, we fled our world and took up residence here on our own moon, where we have resided most uncomfortably for the last 300 years.
I like this picture a lot. You can see the guys peeking in and out in the background, and I'm wondering what the one on the left is doing. It's like wearing some kind of hat. It looks like they're like doing arts and crafts or something. Okay, yeah, eyeball dudes.
We will await your return with great anticipation. Simultaneously, we will prepare a short, poignant eulogy to mourn your demise.
Spathy are so considerate. Alright, let's get geared up to fight the evil ones. Let's go. Avoid these Spathy trying to talk to us. Alright, scan. Those are radioactive there. Cool. Oh. Okay. Huh. They don't do anything. Oops. Hey guys. Huh, they die in one hit. Okay. Ah! Evil ones. They look like teddy bears or like teddy wallabies or something. Look how hard this is. This is like, oh man. Well, obviously, the Spathy being cowards that they are, sometimes overestimate their opponents, and that's exactly what's happened here. These guys are completely harmless. If you crash into them, they do deal damage to you. So just don't touch them. And that's pretty much it. You get a lot of. I believe this is probably the first planet that you're supposed to go to that has biologicals on it. So this may or may not be your first source of biological data, depending on where you start. I'm not going to bother picking up that base metal over there. It's just a waste of space. No. Actually, no, let's pick it up. There's really no reason not to. Lead. Okay. Makes sense, being the only other thing was uranium. Not that that really matters. There we go. Quest completed. Let's go back to the safe ones and go talk to them. Look at the Spathy. Like, they kind of blink. I don't know why. Sometimes. Sometimes they don't.
How go your foolishly courageous and noble efforts to rid the evil ones from our beloved Spathywa?
Yeah, as long as we lost many crew.
This is wonderful. Too good to be true. We will immediately begin transporting Spathy from this unpleasant moon down to the safe surface. We shall send in crustlings and the infirm elderly first as a special honor. Please come back later to receive your accolades.
That's cool. I wonder how much later he's talking. Can we just like turn around and go back? If I wasn't a moron. There we go.
Oh, joy! Oh, happiness! We rejoice and make merry in celebration of our imminent return to our home world. You are most heroic and helpful. Thank you, thank you, thank you! But now I must return to our festivities. Please feel free to come back any time.
Hey, come on.
Why don't you just wait a while until after we are resettled on our home world? We can discuss details at that time.
Wait a minute.
10, 15 years tops.
What?
No. We are simply taking a more adult, welcome to the real world view of the situation. We cannot simply say, hurrah, and form an alliance with you this very moment. Surely you see that.
Huh. Yeah, but we have the option of dropping all your dudes back.
No, please. Exactly what kind of relationship were you thinking of?
Yeah, let's be friends with him. Mutual beneficial.
Huh?
Egalitarian fellowship.
What?
Oh, this one.
Okay. We are quite familiar with that arrangement. Very well. I'll bet we will regret this decision later on, but you leave me with no choice. We will comply with your needs. A spotty delegation will depart immediately for the planet Earth.
And now we can buy Spathy ships. Let's go talk to one of the Spathy. Once you ally with them, they say different stuff. If we can catch them.
Hello, Captain Ally to them. We are here in this place at this time just like you. How wonderful. Very little, I'm afraid. We've just been watching the stars. You know, actually, there was something that happened the last month on the 17th. We saw a new star appear between the Sursini and Chandrasekhar star clusters. We watched it and watched it for 3 days. We just watched it. Then it went away, vanished just like that. I hope it comes back.
Huh. Well, as we'll come to find out later, that is extremely important. And I think that's the earliest we can learn about that. Do they have any wisdom to boon upon us?
Stuck as we are here out in deep space, we learn little of interest. I suggest you consult the more interesting folk at Staffiwa.
They are certainly more interesting. This is pretty funny, so I'll do this.
As you wish. Our waste recycling unit is at your disposal. There you will find quantities of methane, sulfurous gas, and some interesting organic compounds. Feel free, take all you want.
So basically he just gave us the shit from his garbage.
We used to be bored, but then we bought this cool entertainment product. It simulated a grand adventure through 1,000 parsecs of hostile space, where we met interesting aliens, uncovered the secrets of a long-lost superior race, and eventually, to save our world from destruction, we had to face the drive. Never mind, I can tell you aren't really interested.
Yeah, there we go.
Shame to you.
So, we can actually buy, those ships now. Oh yeah. They didn't actually give us anything though. I guess they were just being sarcastic. So, I don't think any of the... Oh, there aren't any more. But anyway, there's a couple of other places we need to go. If we're going to go to the Zotvok, we would stop at this planet first. But since we have a whole lot of fuel, I think it might be a good idea to check out what he was talking about. Now, that was the Chandrasekhar and Sursini system. So that would be about... I thought it was over here. Yeah, like about here, where they said it was. But you know, we should just go up towards the Zotvok for now. So let's stop here real quick. No, actually, I think we should check out the other stars in Spathy space. There's quite a few planets nearby, or systems nearby. This is one of those places where the stars are real clumped together. So I'm going to check out a few of them, and then I'll be back. Yeah, okay, here at Planet 1 of Gamma Gruis, which is really close by. As a matter of fact, it's actually farther away than the other stars I was going to look at. At Planet 1, I found another sapphire world, so that's really good. Oddly enough, this is really close to the Planet 1, which is normally not the case. For ones that are... I probably just should have gone back and then picked these both up on one run, so... whatever. So let's find other places.